Here.
Burnett,
Here.
Furry,
Here.
Fisher,
Here.
Hanson, oh, sorry, Keel,
Here.
Mark,
Here.
Olson, and Perkins,
Here.
Yuds,
Here.
Zop.
Here. Okay, we have 12 present. And Alder Olson is not excused. So join me with the pledge to the flag and the silent deliberation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, agenda number 3 is to call an informal public hearing. So we'll call that to order. If there's anyone in the audience or online that would care to step forward and speak about any issue that's not already on the agenda. Is there anyone in the crowd or online that would like to bring up an issue to the city? Anyone online or present that would like to mention an object that's not on the agenda? Okay. Hearing none, public hearing is closed. And we will move on to item 4, which is announcements. I have a couple of them here. Just a reminder, tomorrow's voting day. Make sure you get out between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. to give your opinion, make the world a better place. Also, our next scheduled meeting is the 15th in 2 weeks. And on the 16th, we have our annual inaugural meeting because the election results will be over. That meeting will be here in the council chambers at 7 o'clock. And we're asking that everybody dresses a little nicer because they want to take a group picture. Well, maybe you're already dressed nice, but, and then the Beaver Dam Community Theater is, has a world premiere presentation of the Dust Bowl, which starts, I believe, this week and maybe goes for 2 weekends. I don't have all the times, but sounds like a really good show. And I just have one other announcement I just heard about recently. Tomorrow is Ken Anderson's birthday. So congratulations, Ken. And I don't have any others. Vicky, do you have any announcements?
Yeah, we will in the communications at that time.
Not yet.
No, correct. I have communications, no
Okay.
announcements.
Any other announcements from any alders? Yes.
I just want to add that for the community theater production entitled A Brand New Life, it is a world premiere. And if you are interested in meeting the author who wrote the text of the play and the words to the songs, or the composer, he's from Nashville. They're both flying in for the first weekend. And before the opening night, which is this Friday, there will be a reception in the upstairs room of the theater where people can meet the composer and meet the author and talk with them, and there'll be snacks, and it'll just be a nice way to kick off the run of this really wonderful show. It's a great show, lots of great music, very family friendly, very uplifting. So again, I encourage you to come on down. And I'll be backstage because I'm stage manager.
Thank you, Bobby, for that update. That's appreciate the extra information. Mick, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to compliment you on your shirt. I think that color is just great.
I can tell you where I got it if you want to get one in your size. Thank you. Okay, moving on. You have in front of you the minutes from last meeting. Would you like to, anybody have a motion to approve those minutes? Bobby?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right. And I have a second in the back from Alder Bonnet.
I'm not going to second it, but we have a correction on the minutes.
Okay, I need a second first.
Second,
Okay, now you second. Okay, and now are there any additions or corrections?
this is a biggie.
Okay,
The meeting started at 7:30. According to the minutes, it ended at 7:40.
is that wrong? It probably should have been. Okay, the clerk's office will correct that. Thank you. Any other comments, additions, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And are there any abstentions? Motion carried. Now we move on to item 6, which is the city administrator's report.
I only have one item to report. So in my biweekly updates, I've informed you all that we've been working on the strategic plan once again, with the upcoming election being completed, and also since we're not in budget and now that we've got a mayor, we will be once again meeting or the plan is to meet with the council and to kind of reinvigorate the strategic plan process. This month, there's a 5th Monday, so the 29th. And so the plan was, so if you can put it on your calendar, we would hope to have a meeting that evening, and look for by the end of the week survey to go out, just reviewing the projects and the kind of the priorities, the initiatives that we had all discussed, to start ranking those once again. It will also be an opportunity to review. So, and that's all I have as far as an update.
Okay, thank you. There's one other announcement I thought of. There is a community action plan meeting at the Watermark on Thursday night, and that's starting at 6.
Yeah, so the Community Action Plan Committee they've been meeting every other Thursday, so they'll be meeting at Watermark again this Thursday. I believe it starts at 5:30. So it goes from 5:30 to 7:30. Really the big thing that the council members should be putting on their calendar, and we'll start to publicize here shortly, is an open house that will be scheduled the first Thursday in May. So that will be a time for all the public to come in, review the ideas of the subcommittees. And then the intent is to have a final presentation after they've gotten feedback from the public at the open house towards the end of May. Council members are welcome to come and view and just observe. There's been about between 30 and 40 volunteers that have been coming fairly consistency for the past several months. And there have been some really good discussions. Todd and I have both met with a number of the subcommittees on a variety of occasions. So it's been a good community engagement effort.
Okay, Jack and I were able to go to the last one, and 3 of the groups, there are 7 groups altogether, committees, and they were giving their presentation. So it was very interesting to see what some of the community's thoughts are. Some of them duplicate things that we already have in progress, which is good to have reinforcement, and some are totally new. So it'll be nice to see it when it wraps up. Okay, moving along to paying the bills. Is
Communication.
there a motion to, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that one.
It's okay.
Go ahead, Vicky.
We have 2 communications tonight. The first one is to the mayor, city administrator, and the Beaver Dam Common Council. I, David Hanson, respectfully submit my resignation as District 1 Alderperson effective March 29th, 2024. I would like to thank the residents of District 1 for allowing me to serve as their alderperson for the past 10 years. I hope they felt that they could reach out to me at any time to ask questions, not just about District 1, but about what is happening throughout the entire city. I want to say thank you to all the alders I have been on council and committees with. It has been a privilege to work with so many talented and dedicated individuals. Past and present staff have made a lasting impression on me, and I feel honored to have worked and gotten to know so many. And I would be remiss to not mention one of our late council presidents, Don Newart, who approached and encouraged me to run for office. He taught me patience and civility, and that there are always different ways to get to an end solution. Finally, I'd like to thank the dedicated, hardworking employees of Beaver Dam. They tirelessly ensure the residents of Beaver Dam a safe and beautiful city to live in. And a special shout out to the police and fire departments, the leadership of our very talented department heads, and continued success in bringing in new economic development opportunities to our city through the Economic Development Corporation. Sincerely, David Hanson, former District 1 alderperson.
Thank you.
Second communication is a recommendation to the Common Council, the Plan Commission pursuant to deliberations made and actions taken at its March 27th, 2024 meeting, hereby recommend the following to the Common Council. 1, a resolution approving land division of city tax parcel 206-1114-0422-112-236 Front Street, currently being Lot 1 of certified survey map number 5686, located in a part of the northwest quarter of Section 4, Town 11 North, Range 14 East, in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin. Michael Wassell, chairperson. And that is all we have for communications.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Orth. Okay, now we'll move on to paying the bills. Yes, Alder Mark.
I'd like to make a motion to pay this month or this week's invoices in the amount of $845,490.52.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we got a second from Alder Zog. Zop, I'm sorry. There was a Zog in my life before a Zop, I'm sorry. All right, move on to number 9 on our agenda. Oh, we need to vote on that? Okay. Now you really threw me off. All in favor of the paying the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, that motion is passed. So now we'll move on to number 9. I've been anxious to get the members of the library board trustees to come forward and update us on the renovation project.
Boy, dangerous with the mic now. Good evening, everyone. I'm on the library board and I wanted to introduce some of the library board teammates that I've been working with. So welcome and thank you tonight to Sarah and Rob and Liberty and Mike. They're going to share some information on the renovation project and some hard work that the group's been working on. So I'll hand it over to Rob.
Thank you very much. I think I've been nominated to kind of spearhead the presentation tonight. Somebody created the slide deck for me, but I'm sure wonderful friends here will fill in where I am incapable. And we'll find out how much or how little that is. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rob Meyer. I serve as Director of Teaching and Learning for the Beaver Dam Unified School District. And as a part of that role, I serve as the superintendent's designee on the library Board of Trustees. And this is my 4th year doing that. It's been a lot of fun and it's an honor to serve the community in both of my capacities. And I know I've had the opportunity to work with a handful of you in the room. As I go through some basic information, we have a slide deck up in the corner just to give you a little bit of an idea. Sarah, our library director, is going to pass out just a little information so you can get something in your hands. My purpose here tonight with you is I'll be brief, but it's twofold. One of those is to thank you, to thank the city, to thank the council for the support of the library in the past, in the present, and in the future. Namely, for the recent updates to the building in spending over $1 million to take care of windows and roof. So that allows us to move forward with some of the projects that you're going to hear. So that it, obviously, I think you know and we know is much needed, and that construction is occurring now. But again, the library board appreciates you, thanks you for that, and that really lets us move into the phase that we're going to be talking about in a moment. So as you can see, there's a rendering on that screen of what a new entrance to the library may look like. But before we get to that and talk about what the design for a library or what that may look like, we can go to the next slide. Our overall purpose is to update the library and respond to staff and patron comments, their input on what an updated and designed library could do for the community. So phase one of our project is what you've supported, is the roof, windows, and some other updates to the overall structure of the library. Phase two is our board endowment fund, the endowment fund that the Board of Trustees manages, has reserved over $1 million to do some significant renovations to the library. So that those funds have been donated by many people in this community over time. And we believe we've been good stewards, and financial management has been good stewards and has been able to grow that and reach a dollar amount that we feel we can have a significant impact on the library as far as updates and responding to staff and community needs. So we have, as the Board of Trustees, that commitment for over $1 million. And between now and our goal date of October, that I'll talk about in a moment, we hope to continue to grow that. Phase three is a fundraising phase. So we currently have funds to do a certain percentage of the project. There are other elements of the project that we would like to complete or could complete, and I'll show you that in a moment. And that's where we're moving into the phase right now, that phase three of asking the community and asking donors if they would like to participate in further supporting the library and expanding what we're able to do beyond the endowment funds investments and what the city has put in structurally for the building. Phase four, it says October. October is decision time. So we are not doing a campaign where we are waiting 2 years, 3 years, 6 months until we reach a certain dollar amount. We are committed to moving forward with the project in October. And then if we need to postpone or fundraise in the future for other elements of the project, we will certainly do that. The goal is to continually update the library and keep that facility up to date, again, for staff and for patrons. So again, the roof is currently going on, windows in, very thankful for that. We have funds that we're moving forward with as far as the endowment fund. We're moving into asking for fundraising asking those in our community, businesses, those that have donated in the past, what they would like to add. We will be launching that work, and you have some information in front of you. We're going to be launching that work with some specific conversations with people that have been donors to the library in the past or active donors in our community, seeking larger grants. And then we're going to move that into and slide that into more of a general letter writing campaign and ask for the community. If we go to the next slide, that goes over largely what I just shared. Here in April, we're meeting with individuals that have expressed interest or have been donors in our community. May and June, we're going to have a Back to the Future party as we celebrate not only the completion of current renovations to the library and the completion of the roof, but also an anniversary for the library of being in its current format for 40 years. And then July through October, we're going to kind of open up that fundraising campaign to see what we can add to currently laid plans. If we go to the next slide, this is what the library could look like, and I'll spend just a little bit of more time here. Some of the goals that came up, and again, this came through staff and patron feedback. This wasn't somebody's vision for the library. This wasn't something that somebody sat down and came up with. There was visioning from the Board of Trustees. There were focus groups with patrons. There was open feedback available from patrons. And then there was also a focus group with staff. What do they see as enhancements needed in the library? And there was open feedback there. And then that was brought forward to the board and an architectural firm to put that into practice. We visited multiple libraries that have been either constructed recently or have had renovations recently to see what some of these options look like in person. So the plan that you see in front of you isn't a final plan, it's the conceptual plan. Some of the things that came out of the feedback from the community and from staff include easier access to the building. If you're familiar with the building, the entrance is in the middle of the building on the side, not giving police access to enter from the street or from the parking lot, which creates hardships for those that have a harder time getting around or those that use taxi services, get picked up, get dropped off. There was a call for more community spaces as well as quiet spaces in the library. Everybody wants children in the library, but not hear the children enjoying the library. So there was an opportunity for how could the library be designed differently to allow for all patrons to enjoy this amazing community facility. And another theme among others that came up was technology. Increased access to technology, modern technology in the library, patrons in use of technology. So all of that kind of goes into the plan that you have in front of you. If we look at the plan, you can see the entrance would be located out towards the parking lot. There would be the only addition to the library is really just a small vestibule. It's very minor. The rest of the work would take place in the rear. So just an addition of a small vestibule, and that main new entrance would be on the parking lot for easy access for drop off and pick up. We would also add community rooms and study rooms you can see at the bottom, as well as technology is kind of where you can see the chairs in that shaded area. The dotted shelves would be kind of where the stacks would be. We'd be looking to lower the stacks to kind of open up the library. If we go to box 2, that box 2, it would be kind of a reading area. So that's where the entrance is now and where restrooms are. So we would renovate the restrooms, make those ADA compliant, more accessible for patrons of the library, and also create a quieter reading space or quiet space for staff. It'd be kind of around the corner and away from the family area or from children's services. What you see for 1 and 2 is what the Library Endowment Fund can do. That's what we're currently committing to doing and implementing. Why we're going into fundraising is there's more that we can do to impact the library, and we hope to accomplish some or all of the other areas. Box 1 itself, or area 1, would cost about $715,000. And area 2 would be about $355,000. And doing those together can kind of reduce those costs as well. So we're confident that our endowment fund can take care of those 2 areas, which will, I believe, transform and create amazing benefits, addressing those top concerns from the community. If we look at box 3, that was our current children's area, and we have some ideas for a redesign in that area to be able to provide more services for our families. Obviously, we need education, care deeply about literacy, and we want to make sure that we have an engaging space. 4, there, that would be area. That's why it's kind of off to the side. Currently, there's some access issues in the basement. And that's really a nice wide open space that by adding the opportunity for like a kitchenette, kind of reconfiguring that space to some degree, and opening up the access to the basement would allow for a larger community space than we can currently use at the library. If we look at 5, that would be kind of the staff area where we could certainly do some renovations for our staff there, but also increase better our workflows and our technology around and check-in and maintenance of materials. And 6 would be taking kind of the existing entrance walkway area, so if it's kind of already there, to that new entrance, and turning that into a fenced-in area to allow for nice months.
Hey, stop it.
Months of the year in the nice weather days, but also be able to allow for some outdoor programming for adults and youth alike. But that would be a fenced-in area, so you would access it from the reading room or from the children's area for programming. Other than that, that would be open. Again, the library board has committed to sections 1.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight and taking your time and sharing your visions where this is going. It's really impressive. Are there any questions from any alders? Kevin?
Thanks. So now there will be, if these renovations are done, there won't be an entrance off of Spring Street.
That is correct in this current vision. We could maintain one, it would kind of be off where that reading room is, so that would be an option for feedback. But the current rendering that you saw would move the main entrance and supervised entrance to the parking lot. In feedback, without parking on that street anymore, wasn't necessarily deemed as necessary.
But there's a lot of bicycles there. They use that front entrance.
On the plan, we could certainly move where those are, and again, it's conceptual phase, so we
Yeah.
could certainly keep an entrance. One of the things that came up with multiple entrances is then we have to supervise multiple entrances, so that's a part of that consideration. So we could either move bicycle parking or, it's been talked about with the team maintaining multiple entrances as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, this is great. I really, we do use the library quite often, especially with the children's areas and whatnot. So I'm very happy to see this. I do represent the district that is adjacent to this, and there are a lot of families that I know of that walk to the library, and they do utilize the front entrance. So knowing that those families, if they want to walk, would either have to walk down the driveway, which is not ideal, right? Because it's it narrows at one point. You're bordered by a fence and a wall. So that's a risk. You're saying walk down that driveway, everybody, to the north of the middle school. Or, I mean, is there a side path? I mean, there's a home on that southern border too.
It's illustrated, well, I don't think it's illustrated too well here, but on the path where, if this would be the way that it would maintain, again, this is conceptual, right? You'd be able to basically you'd go past the current entrance on
Okay.
the sidewalk, on the walkway, and come around to the main entrance. So
Okay.
you'd be walking that last, third of the building, and then turning the corner and coming in the proposed vestibule. Thanks, it's put up there. So, it would be currently where you would take a left and right, go into the building. You would just continue past the current entrance and then be able to come around.
Okay.
To where the new entrance is.
Okay.
But that's great feedback that we can take back, certainly.
Right. I mean, ideally, multiple, I understand not wanting to have to staff and supervise multiple, but it is there are a lot of families in my district, self-included, and others with children, and they do walk. Kind of a point of pride living in that area is you could walk to the post office, which is sticking around, and you could walk to the library. So.
Yes, certainly at the very least, we would maintain that, but that's great feedback to bring against conceptual. So.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to compliment the library board and Sarah and her team and the efforts that they have, having participated in several of the committee meetings. There's just been a lot of good thought, a lot of good reflection, and even reception of feedback that you guys gave this evening. So I want to applaud the library board, their efforts to go out to the community and try to educate and so forth. And I also want to applaud, I think this plan conceptually is very well done. And I'm excited to see these improvements. So I just want to thank them for coming this evening.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, you were pretty thorough.
So I guess I did okay. I didn't get any falsehoods.
Yeah, you did great.
Again, appreciate the time that you've given and the support you've given to the library, and we look forward to October, when we'll know how much of this project beyond phases 1 and 2 that we can make some decisions around. And again, we're committed to making this happen. We've been talking about this for about the month after I came on the board 4 years ago. We started having conversations about it's time to make some updates, and it's exciting to know that in October, while there might not be a shovel on the ground at that moment in time, we'll know what we're able to do, and we can certainly come back and show you that.
I'm sorry, one last quick question. So, based on the brochure, am I correct in understanding that you're looking at raising about ideally $700,000? Is that your goal?
In order to do the whole,
Or $800,000?
approximately, yes, to get all of the phases in. If we don't, obviously we have to make some decisions about that, and there's some decisions that we'll have to make depending on how much money we raise, because we want the library to look not to look piecemeal as well, right? So that comes into some of that.
All right. Well, thanks again to all of you for taking the time to come out. And I know your efforts, it takes a lot of work for what you're doing. It takes a lot of hours. So appreciate all of that. Okay, moving on to ordinances. Looks like we don't have any this evening.
We do not.
So we'll scoot right along to resolutions. Clerk Orth?
Resolution number 18-2024, a resolution authorizing the submission of a community development block grant application.
Okay, we have a resolution in front of us. Is there a motion to move this along? Alder Yuds
I'll make the motion.
and second? Alder Burnett? Okay, we have a first and a second. Any discussion? Is there maybe a little bit of backstory to this one?
I can briefly kind of give an overview in time if I miss something. So the city, I think through MSA is looking to apply for community block development funding for street, utility services. So I think sanitation, water, helping to pay for those costs as we, conduct street projects this coming year. I believe that was about the scope of it.
So specifically for Beaver Street and Front Street.
Thank you. And I will also mention that we applied for this before. However, we were not funded because at that point we were, I think, one or two rankings below what was funded. But since we have split West Street out as a standalone project, Beaver Street and Front Street now have a higher low income score essentially, and makes it more attractive for funding. So odds are this will be, we'll receive this funding. So we will then need to have the discussions about moving those projects forward because we have funding. So tough
A
spot to
better
be in.
opportunity.
Yes.
Ed, you want to add something, Todd?
I think we're hopeful we receive the funding. I can't guarantee we will.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of it's based on income of the residents along those streets. So these streets have a lower income than the West Street area did. Any other comments on this resolution? Seeing none, will you please call the roll?
Anderson,
Aye.
Appenfeld,
Aye.
Bonet,
Aye.
Burnett,
Aye.
Marie,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yuds,
Aye.
Zop.
Aye.
Resolution carries. We'll move on to resolution number 19.
Resolution number 19-2024, a resolution approving land division of a city tax parcel number 206-1114-0422-112-236 Front Street, currently being Lot 1 of Certified Survey Map number 5686, located in a part of the northwest quarter of Section 4, Town 11 North, Range 14 East, in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin, pursuant to the proposed unrecorded certified map attached hereto.
Okay, we have resolution 19. Is there a motion to accept? Alder Burnett
I'll make that motion.
and a second.
I'll second.
Okay, Alder Zop. Okay, we have a first and a second on the resolution. Is there any discussion? Any questions? Maybe a little bit of, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I was just looking for a little background, what
Yeah.
exactly is going on.
Todd, you want to fill us in?
Sure. So this property is the theater property. And basically what they're doing, the theater property right now includes the vacant green space next to it to the east. What they're looking to do is split that green space off for development purposes.
Go ahead.
I guess I'll support this, but I will warn everyone, I'll be very, very disappointed if the city attempts to buy said vacant lot. Just a warning.
Any other discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Eppenfeld,
Aye.
Bonnet,
Aye.
Burnett,
Aye.
Furry,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yads,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution 19 carries. And move on to resolution 20.
Resolution 20-2024, a resolution awarding the contract to install various diameters of cured in-place pipe sanitary sewer liner in 6,742 linear feet of sanitary main.
Okay, you have resolution number 20 in front of you. Is there a motion to move this forward? Motion by Alder Bonnet. And is there a second? That's got
I'll make a second.
from Alder Yuds. Any discussion, or maybe Todd, you want to give a brief description of this one? Jeremy's here, that's true. Jeremy's been through this before. He knows what to do.
All right, thank you. So, we did request proposals on this. We only received one back this year for lining. We did receive a second comment back from another contractor. Due to work, they were not able to submit a proposal, but we did go back and looked, in the unit prices for this year were actually less than last year. So competitive with that. And we did have multiple bids last year. What this is a liner that's inserted in existing sanitary main from manhole to manhole. So there's not open excavation, open cut. So we're able to replace or maintain, rehab sanitary main without street reconstruction projects. So we determined this by reviewing sanitary televised video to determine good candidates that sanitary main is in fair to poor condition, but still in good enough condition to line.
Thank you, Jeremy. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, please call the roll.
Aye.
Burnett,
Aye.
Furry,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yads,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Appenfeld.
Aye.
Resolution 20-2024 does pass. And we'll move on to resolution 21.
Resolution 21-2024, a resolution awarding the contract for the 2024 West Street reconstruction project.
Okay, is there a motion to move this forward? Alder Free?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Alder Bonnet? Okay, any comments or questions? I think most everybody knows about the West Street reconstruction, right? Okay, seeing no questions, I'll have you call the roll.
Burnett,
Aye.
Furry,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yads,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Appenfeld,
Aye.
Bonnet.
Aye.
All right, resolution 21-2024 is also passed. We'll move on to resolution 22.
Resolution 22-2024, a resolution awarding the contract for the athletic field park pickleball court facility project.
Okay, is there a motion for this regard? Alder Appenfeld?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion and a second from Alder Fisher. Any discussion? Any questions? Okay, seeing none, please call the roll.
Furry,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins, Yuds,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson,
No.
Appenfelt,
Aye.
Bonnet,
Aye.
Burnett.
Aye.
Resolution 22-2024 does pass. And we'll move on to resolution 23.
Resolution 23-2024, a resolution to appropriate a grant from the Beaver Dam Community Hospitals Foundation to the fire department.
Okay, you have resolution 23 in front of you. Is there a motion to pass this one? A motion by Alder Burnett
I'll make that motion.
and a second by Alder Yuds.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Discussion. Any questions on this one? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Fisher,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yuds,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Appenfelt,
Aye.
Bonnet,
Aye.
Burnett,
Aye.
Furry.
Aye.
Okay, resolution 23-2024 is passed and we move to resolution 24.
Resolution 24-2024, a resolution granting a Class A license to Sabi Mart LLC, doing business as Coyote Gas and Liquor.
Okay, and is there a motion for this? Yes, Alder Marks.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, and a second? Second by Alder Burnett. And we have a comment from Alder Marks.
I just wanted to say this came through the admin committee and we added, a slight adjustment. We added the words, I don't remember exactly how we worded it, but when available, because the current owner has not yet relinquished the liquor license, the sale is in progress and the new license can't be assigned until the old owner relinquishes his license. But so it's with the, and the new owners are aware of this, the old owner is aware of this, it's just in progress. But we just wanted to be clear that this will take effect once the old owner has relinquished their liquor license.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Yes, Alder Burnett.
Does that explain why it's only 3 months? A 3-month license?
They renew in June 30th, everybody renews
Oh,
July 1st.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all liquor license get
Okay,
renewed
thank you.
Yep.
at that time.
Yep.
Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Keel,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Perkins,
Aye.
Yuds,
Aye.
Zop,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Appenfelt,
Aye.
Bonnet,
Aye.
Burnett,
Aye.
Furry,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Resolution 24-2024 is successful and is carried. And looking for a motion to adjourn. Alder Burnett,
Make a motion to adjourn.
is there a second? Okay, second by Alder Zop. See you next week. 2 weeks. Don't forget to vote.